Drake Nokia, Drake Kai Cenat beef. Drake Kendrick diss. This might be his worst rollout ever. Drake just lost one of his loudest supporters live on stream. Kai Cenat, who used to ride hard for Drake, flipped and did it in front of thousands. After reacting to the new Nokia video, Kai didn't hold back. His take, it was trash. Weird, confusing, and flat out boring.
Music video, not a banger.
This wasn't just a casual Drake response reaction, this was a full public takedown. And in that moment, Kai's honesty did more damage than any rapper's diss track. Just months ago, Kai was hyping up For All the Dogs, dancing to SSS For You, and giving Drake that influencer cosign every artist dreams about. He even helped give Nokia its first bit of traction. But now, it's looking like Not Like Us Kendrick Lamar might have flipped the entire game. So what happened? How did Drake go from culture king to catching L's from streamers? Why is this Drake Kendrick diss blowing up in all the wrong ways? Let's break down the fallout from the Drake Kai Cenat beef, the Nokia Video collapse, and what it really means when the biggest voices online stop faking the hype and start keeping it real. Before the heat, before the drama, Drake and Kai Cenat were locked in. This wasn't just some influencer stunt. This was real alignment, real hype, and real impact. Drake knew what he was doing. He doesn't just show up on streams for fun. He pulls up when it benefits the rollout. And Kai, he made every Drake moment go viral. They had history. When her loss dropped, Kai was one of the loudest. Then came For All the Dogs. And once again, Kai was front and center. He didn't just support the album, he elevated it. His reactions, his clips, his chat, all feeding into the machine. Drake knew Kai had the youth on lock, and Kai delivered every time. One of the biggest cosigns, SSS For You. Kai and the crew turned that track into a whole event. That moment gave the song its legs. Without it, most people wouldn't have remembered the track even existed. Even the Drake Nokia rollout got its first boost because Kai made it seem like a vibe, even if it wasn't. But something shifted when Drake dropped that paperwork bar in his Kendrick diss. He name-dropped Kai in a way that felt off, like he was trying to drag him into the mess. The internet noticed. And Kai, he stayed quiet, but the energy was different. The vibes on stream changed. The enthusiasm fading. It was subtle, but the bond was cracking. Still, fans thought the link was strong enough to survive it. But when Kai finally reacted to the Nokia video and said what everyone else was afraid to say, that was the moment of truth. That's when the mask came off, and the Drake Kai Cenat beef became impossible to ignore. Drake thought he had Kai locked in, but Kai, he's riding with the culture now, not the clout. This is where it all blew up. Kai Cenat's live reaction to the Drake Nokia video. The second he hit play, the vibe shifted. At first, he looked like he wanted to give it a chance, but as the video rolled, you could literally watch the excitement drain from his face. Blank stares, pauses, side eyes. It was awkward, and he wasn't even trying to hide it. Then came the knockout line. This ain't it. That moment alone set off a digital earthquake. Over 100,000 people were watching live. Twitter caught fire. Clips spread like wildfire across TikTok. This wasn't just another Drake diss reaction. This was the cultural pulse turning against a major release in real time. And coming from someone like Kai, that meant everything. Drake Nokia was supposed to be the spark, the moment he flipped the beef narrative back in his favor. He tried to bury Kendrick's Not Like Us energy with something artsy, layered, and symbolic, but it missed badly. And Kai calling it out live made the failure louder. The video's tone didn't help. All black, all white, slow motion, too serious, too long, and not a single moment that actually matched the bounce of the track. Kai's take, the vibe was off, the direction was off, and honestly, Drake just felt lost. Then Kai took it further. He started riffing like he was the director. Put it in a neon arcade, a retro roller rink, something fun, he joked. But it didn't sound like a joke. It sounded better than the actual video. Even fans in the chat, Day One Drake fans, were spamming L memes poured in. The shift was real. The people weren't buying it, and the worst part, Drake probably thought Kai would cover for him. But this time, Kai kept it real. No filter, no fluff. And that realness hit harder than any bar could, because when the culture sees someone finally stop faking the hype, they follow. Drake lost a cosign. Kai gained even more respect. And the Nokia video, it didn't spark a comeback. It exposed a disconnect. After Kai's reaction hit the internet, it wasn't just a moment, it was a movement. The entire vibe around Drake Nokia flipped overnight. And the most brutal part, it wasn't just coming from Kendrick fans. It was Drake's own base turning on him. Twitter was instantly flooded with memes, side-by-side comparisons of Drake's video versus Kendrick's Not Like Us moment, and endless threads calling it the biggest miss of his career. People weren't just clowning the visuals, they were dragging the whole rollout. The tone, the symbolism, the energy, it all felt off. like Drake was trying to recapture something that just isn't his anymore. Even accounts that usually ride for Drake were switching up. Pages that would normally break down his genius were now posting Kai was right clips. TikTok edits mocked the serious black and white aesthetic. Instagram reels popped off with fake recuts. Fans were like, where's the fun? Where's the bounce? It was just flat. Then came the domino effect. Other streamers, culture commentators, even influencers who usually play it safe, they all started chiming in, and almost nobody was defending the video. That's rare for someone like Drake. The Drake Kendrick diss angle didn't help. Instead of tearing Kendrick down, the contrast made Drake look out of touch. Not Like Us was bold, infectious, alive. Nokia felt like homework. People noticed, and they clowned it. What was meant to be a cultural reset turned into an accidental eulogy for Drake's old influence. And when someone like Kai flips the script and the entire timeline rides with him, that's not a trend, that's a shift. The fallout wasn't just loud, it was viral, and Drake couldn't control it, because when the culture decides something ain't it, no amount of PR, merch drops, or celebrity features can save you. This isn't just a bad music video, it's a turning point, and everyone felt it. The Drake Nokia fallout revealed way more than just a weak rollout. It exposed a cultural gap that's been growing for a while. For years, Drake had the formula: drop a catchy track, attach a meme, ride the wave. He was the moment. The algorithm was on his side. But now, the culture is shifting, and it's doing it without him. What we're witnessing is more than just a flop. It's a moment where authenticity overtook celebrity, where influence didn't come from a press run, but from a real-time, unfiltered reaction. And that reaction came from Kai Cenat. When Kai said, Nokia's not it, it wasn't shade, it was true. That's what made it sting. It wasn't crafted, it wasn't strategic, it was genuine disappointment. And when a generation that grew up trusting Kai heard it, they agreed, they echoed it, and it spread. We've officially entered a new media era, an era where influencers like Kai have more cultural power than traditional media. One viral stream, one honest take can sway the perception of an entire rollout. It's not about industry connections anymore. It's about who has the audience's trust. And in this case, Kai's trust hit harder than Drake's clout. The Drake Kendrick diss situation made it even worse. Kendrick's Not Like Us felt alive, celebratory, electric, unforgettable. Drake's Nokia video, dreary, safe, and it didn't connect. For the first time in a long time, it felt like Drake was reacting instead of leading. Generationally, that's the difference. This younger wave, Gen Z and even younger millennials, they're allergic to inauthenticity. They want energy, they want risk, they want artists to be tapped in, not just marketing at them. And if Drake doesn't evolve with the times, if he keeps playing by 2015 rules in a 2025 game, he's going to lose the grip he's held for so long. This wasn't just a cultural misstep, it was a warning shot. The question now isn't, can Drake drop a hit? He still can. The question is, can he still move the culture? Because that's what Kai just did. Drake's not new to strategy. He's one of the most calculated artists of his generation. Every rollout has a reason. Every post, every feature, every lyric. It's usually part of a bigger chess move. But this time, the Nokia rollout was a full-on misfire. From the jump, it was clear Drake was trying to hit a few birds with one stone. He wanted to position Nokia as a response to Kendrick, make it feel like a moment, and reframe the narrative around the beat. And on paper, the plan wasn't terrible. Drop a visually bold video. Layer it with symbolism. Give it just enough edge to feel like a diss, but keep it vague enough to dodge direct backlash. Wrap it all in an artsy aesthetic so people dissect it online. Boom! Conversation starter. Except it didn't land. Why? Because none of it felt real. The visuals looked expensive but hollow. The bars weren't sharp enough. The tone didn't match the beat. It was like watching someone try to recreate a vibe they don't fully believe in anymore. What made it worse was the timing. Kendrick had just delivered a cultural nuke with Not Like Us. It was loud, confident, and high energy. Then Drake pulled up with something moody, overthought, and disconnected from what fans actually wanted. And when Kai called it out live, the whole strategy collapsed. In trying to outsmart the moment, Drake overcomplicated it. Instead of dropping something fun, spontaneous, and authentic, he gave fans something stiff, awkward, and forgettable. This wasn't just a bad video, it was a bad bet. A strategic swing that missed. And now, even Drake's most loyal fans are starting to ask a question he's avoided for years. Is Drake finally slipping? This wasn't just a bad drop, it was a cultural reset. One viral moment, one honest reaction, and suddenly, Drake's grip on the game looked shaky. Kai Cenat didn't just roast the Drake Nokia video, he exposed the disconnect between what artists think is working and what the culture actually wants. So where does Drake go from here? Can he bounce back, or has the new generation officially taken over? Drop your take in the comments. Are you Team Drake or Team Kai? Smash that like button, subscribe for more deep dives, and hit that bell because the culture's moving fast.